In today's video, we're going to talk about what you should know about the Building Safety Law SB 4D. So as a quick disclaimer, in today's video, I'm just going to touch on 3 parts of the Building Safety Bill. However, keep in mind there are many more components. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you hit that alert button. The 3 points that we're going to talk about in this video today are going to be number 1, who does it impact? Number 2, when will it go in effect? And number 3, phase 1 and phase 2 reports. So this new law will impact only condo associations that number 1 are 3 stories and higher. Number 2, they're coming upon their 30 years, and the 30 years is going to be determined by when their certificate of occupancy was issued. And number 3, if you live within a 3-mile radius of the coast, your building is going to be 25 years from when your certificate of occupancy was issued. So when will the phase 1 and phase 2 go into effect? You're going to be required as an association to have it completed by December 31st, 2024. So what are the inspections that are going to be required by this new bill? The inspections are pretty simple. There's what's called a phase 1, also known as a milestone report, and a phase 2. So how do you know if your association needs to get a phase 2? Well, every association that I mentioned with the parameters earlier, they're going to be required to do a milestone/phase 1 report. In my opinion, I believe that many associations are going to move automatically into phase 2, or I should say the engineer will require you to get a phase 2. The reason being is if your building hasn't been properly maintained, or if you have cracks or different things within your structure, the engineer is not going to take the liability and say, okay, you're done with phase 1, you don't have to move into phase 2. They will most likely move you into phase 2. What's the concern with phase 2? Not much, because at the end of the day, we need to protect the asset and that building. But the challenge with phase 2 is going to be is that there is going to be a much more cost associated with completing that work. Based on what the statute states is a phase 2 is going to require some destructive testing. That's all going to be determined by who you select as an engineer. But ultimately, you do want to work with an engineer that's going to give you a thorough review of what's going on with your building, not just someone that's going to sign off because they need to sign off. As a pro tip of what we're trying to do here at Affinity is we're trying to work with the engineers to see if there's a possibility of doing the milestone report with the structural reserve integrity report, which I'll talk about that in our next video. So why am I recommending combining the milestone with the reserve structural integrity report? I'm not saying to completely combine them. What I'm saying is have a conversation with your engineer to see if they could do both reports at the same time. The reason being is this could be a way that your association can save some money. The engineer doesn't have to come out for the milestone report and then also come out for the reserve study and you having to pay twice. I believe if you're doing both together at the same time, you should be able to work a better deal with your engineer. As a reminder, this is only one small portion of the Building Safety Bill. If you want to learn more, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the alert button because next week we'll be talking about structural integrity reserves. If this seems a little bit overwhelming to you and you need a stronger partner to guide you through this, please visit our website managedbyaffinity.com and we'll be glad to help. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next week.